The wheat fields had just ripened, swaying like a golden sea across the horizon. I had worked tirelessly that season, planting early, irrigating through drought, fighting off pests. The harvest was only weeks away. Every head of wheat represented sweat, planning, and the legacy of my family's ranch. But to Karen, the HOA tyrant who lived 2 streets over, it was nothing more than a shortcut. She had this habit. Whenever she drove to the highway, instead of taking the paved road, she veered her SUV straight across the edge of my wheat fields. Day after day, tire tracks carved deeper into the soil. At first, I thought it was just one reckless joyride, but soon I realized she'd turned it into her personal road. I confronted her the first time I caught her. "Karen, this isn't your driveway. This is my crop. Every pass you make through here costs me money." She waved me off. "You don't own nature. Besides, HOA has easement rights for community convenience." I laughed out loud. "Karen, the only easement here is your imagination." But she didn't stop. Each morning, new tracks marred the wheat. My warnings meant nothing. By the 3rd week, I'd had enough. That was when I decided to unleash the beast. The beast wasn't just any bull. He was a towering, 2,000-pound Brahma bull I'd raised since he was a calf. Black as midnight, horns wide as a pickup, muscles rippling under his hide. Gentle with me and my hands, but fiercely territorial. Even other bulls gave him a wide berth. So one morning, before Karen's daily trespassing run, I let the beast out into the field she loved to cut across. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, I heard the low rumble of her SUV. I leaned on the fence, coffee in hand, and waited. Karen's vehicle plowed right into the wheat, just like always. But halfway through, she slammed on the brakes, because the beast had stepped into her path. He lowered his head, pawed the earth, and bellowed. The sound shook the air. Karen's eyes went wide behind her windshield. She threw the car in reverse, but the wheat tangled under her tires. The SUV fishtailed, spinning uselessly. The beast advanced, horns lowered. Not to charge, just to remind her who really owned the land. Karen panicked. She jumped out of the car, shrieking, and tried to run. But every direction she turned, the wheat stretched endless, and the bull followed at a steady, deliberate pace, snorting hot breath. By the time she scrambled back to her car and locked herself inside, she was sobbing. I finally whistled, and the beast obeyed, lumbering back toward me like a king returning from battle. The sheriff arrived an hour later. Apparently Karen had called 911, shrieking about a wild animal attack. The deputies nearly doubled over laughing when I explained. "She was trespassing?" one of them asked. "Every day this month," I confirmed. The sheriff tipped his hat. "Looks like justice found her before we even got here." Karen got a hefty trespassing fine. Her SUV, stuck in my wheat and dented by her own panic driving, was towed at her expense. And her reputation? Completely shredded. Now, whenever neighbors gossip about her, they call her the bull's chew toy. As for the beast, he got an extra ration of sweet feed and a new scratching post. He'd earned it. And Karen? She never so much as looked at my fields again.